Mazhar to our house, and could you please introduce yourself? Then we can discuss further.
Namaste Krishna, thank you so much for this opportunity. My name is Mazhar Shafiq. I was the past provincial Liberal candidate in this riding, which is called Scarborough Centre. And before that, I worked with the Premier of Ontario in her office as a senior advisor. Right now, I'm working with the Member of Parliament, Rob Oliphant. So that is a little bit about me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's okay. Now, what I would like you to tell us, although we work together in Liberal
Yes.
Party, and I know a little bit, but not much, not as much as you do. So you have lots of experience in the election system. You also were a candidate, as you mentioned already. You were even senior advisor for
Yes.
Liberal Party government in Ontario.
Yes.
With the Premier
Kathleen Wynne. Yes.
So you have lots of experience.
Mhm.
Today I wanted you to tell us how different it is compared to our part of the world.
Yes, it is very, very different in a way that the election runs here in these countries. The process is very simple.
Right.
It is where so once this the election starts, there is a date set for the election. So for the provincial election, for the federal election, for the municipal election, there's already date sets. Every the election held after 4 years. So it's not like in Pakistan, there's a 5 years term. I'm not sure how in Nepal, but here in Canada, the term is 4 years term. So, if there is a municipal election happen today, it will happen after 4 years. And there's a set date for that. Also for federal and provincial, there is a set date. So what happens is once the election is called, it has the 28 days or 4 weeks or 5 weeks depending on the situation. So it called the campaign time. So you can start campaigning during that time frame. You can put your signs. You are going to go door to door. You are going to make phone calls. All that happens during the writ period. We call it as a writ period, in which time you are allowed to go and you are legally allowed to go and knock people's door. So Krishna, you are involved in my campaign, so you know how we did it. We started with the phone canvas. So we set up some phone, and we have volunteers who call the voters list and tell them that the election is happening and this is our candidate. So if there's any policy questions, anything you want to know about candidate, feel free to reach out and ask questions. Also, here in Canada, there are a lot of debates conducted by different organizations and different NGOs. They conduct those kind of debates where they bring all the candidates and give an opportunity to the people to ask questions, to understand their platform, to understand what they will do once they are elected. So these are, really good, opportunities for people to be clear and make informed decision about the election. So after that, what we do is, we have our volunteers which go door to door. They canvass, they knock doors. We identify our voters. We talk to people, we convince them, and we ask them if we can count on your vote. And then we identified in our list that these are the people who actually, confirmed that they will be voting for us. There are also some people who say that, we might vote, so we identify them as a possible Liberal. Then there are people who are still undecided. So we just mark them as undecided. And then there are people who are supporting other candidates, so that's fine too. But we just, don't mark them as our supporter. So that is how we collect the data. So close to the election, what we do is we print all those identified voters list. Our identified voters and possible voters which say they might vote for us, we print those lists. And those lists are printed for the election day. So on the election day, our volunteers, we give them, the zone or different areas of the riding where they go and knock the door. They only knock those doors which we have identified as our supporter or possible supporter. So we make sure that those people are reached out and make sure that they go out and vote. So that is, the last step of our campaign, that we just reach out to those people, make sure they go out and vote. So after they the time is passed, like I think normally it happens from 10 to 8 p.m. during the day. So after 8 o'clock, what we do is we ask all the volunteers, to come back to, the area which our venue where we have our, victory party. One thing I forget, before we tell them about the victory party, we have some what we call our polling agents, which we send it to each polling station so they can be there and they watch the counting of the ballots, and they are there to challenge if there is any vote which they feel like it's not a valid vote, they can challenge it. And also the number of vote they count and write it down on a piece of paper, and then they inform our office that this polling station we got this vote, this polling station we got this vote. So we collect all that data, and then the venue which has been selected to gather after the election is over, we gather there and the results start coming. So once we have enough results to understand that either we are winning or we are losing, then we brought the candidate to make a speech there, and so candidate can thank you to all the volunteers and thanks them for their hard work, and that is almost, I think, the process which I want to explain. So if you have any other question, feel free to.
During the canvassing,
Yeah.
we used to have a lot of disturbance in our part of the world.
Yeah.
Lots of gatherings and big gatherings and showing off and all this.
Yes.
But here I didn't see those things.
Yes.
Can you please tell me about the difference? Because here, like we go to the street, we go to the volunteers, right?
Yeah.
That part a little bit.
So here, different regions, different countries have different traditions and different ways for elections. So I agree with you. In our Asian countries, South Asian countries, it's like a big gatherings there, a big kind of gathering happens. Here in Canada, what they do is mostly because people are more interested to know the platform. People are more interested to know about the person, what he will do or she will do once he or she is elected. That's why here it is more important that debates are very, very important. So people gather at, there are different debates organized by different organizations. So people gather there, they ask the questions, they do their research. Before even coming to the debate, the people research about the different candidates and see what their ideology is. What are their, point of view on different issues which matters to them. So they come there also at the debates and ask the question to be more clear on the policy matters. So that's why it is very important that, they know those answers and do an informed decision. So they vote accordingly, anybody who is close to their point of view. So I think this is a good way of voting and judging the candidates by asking those questions. So I think this is a different which I feel.
Thank you so much. Any other things would you like to add?
No, I think one thing is very important here that what I see here is the people who are here for a very long time. They are very well engaged and they are very, they feel like the voting is important, and they go out and vote on the day of the election. They feel their responsibility. They feel that it is their duty. What I also see, a lot of immigrants coming here, when I compare those to the people who are settled here for a very long time, the difference is that, the new immigrants or people who are coming here for the last few years, they don't feel like it is their duty. They don't feel it as a duty or responsibility. But what I think is, it is a very, very important decision, because if you are not going to vote, it means you don't care. You want anybody to come and be a part of the government and do any decisions which later on you don't like or you want to complain. But because you did not participate in that process, then you have you cannot say that you voted for this person, but now these kind of decisions are made. So I think it is very important for all of us, and I want to encourage the community, not only in our South Asian countries but also here in Canada, to please go out and vote. That is very important. You vote for anybody you like, but please, your voter participation is very important. The number of people go out and vote, it really matters, and it matters for the future of the country, and it matters for future of your next generation. So that is the message which I want to give to everybody, that please make sure you go out and vote to your choice, but participate in the process.
Thank you so much. Very nice talking to you, and very informative information you are giving us. Thank you. I enjoyed talking to you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye now.
Thank you.